Welcome to the Damn Opinion Podcast. Spoiler alert. Listener discretion advised.
Welcome to the podcast, Damn Opinion Podcast.
I don't even know if I want to eat this thing.
Yeah, you do.
Does it taste like Dr. Pepper? I don't want one
It
either.
tastes
Wow.
like a peep, I'm sure.
Okay, we are tasting. I love Dr. Pepper, in case you guys didn't know this. And we have Peeps Dr. Pepper. They're not bad. They're probably one of the better Peeps that you can have.
I don't even want to try it.
Yeah, what do you think? They're, I mean, if as far as Peeps go, they're on the top of the list.
It's not bad. God, I hate to admit it, but it's not bad.
That's rare. That's rare that James eats something unique and goes, "Hey, that's not too bad."
You gotta try this. Have one.
It's rare that I eat a sugary candy and say it's good.
Grab it. I don't want to
Okay.
take 3 of them.
But
There's only there's 2 more left.
I think one is all you really need.
One is all you need, but I'll tell you what, since I'm a big Dr. Pepper fan. It smells like Dr. Pepper.
It tastes like Dr.
Dr.
Pepper.
Pepper, doesn't it?
Okay, that's actually one of the best Peeps I've ever eaten.
I mean, I can't think of another flavored Peep that's better.
No.
Yeah. I don't even know if we've ever taste tested on our podcast before, but go out and get the Dr.
my
Pepper
God.
Peep.
We actually have
I'm going to have a stroke.
Dr. Pepper. Remember, we had the soda.
Oh, yeah.
We had the Diet Dr. Pepper soda cream soda, and then we had the Diet Dr. Pepper cherry. Mm-hmm. And they were both good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. The Diet is the best diet soda that I've ever tasted. What about you, James?
I don't drink diet soda.
Yeah, but you did.
No, I drank the regular.
No, you drank the zero. I got the zero.
Did I
Dr.
try the
Pepper.
zero?
Yeah. And you didn't even know.
No, you said this is really good.
It tastes exactly like a regular soda. It's crazy. That's why I know you don't drink diet, because it tastes like ass.
It tastes like ass.
Right. But the zero Dr. Pepper cream.
It's like drinking decaffeinated or non-alcoholic beer. I don't
And the
understand
cherry.
it.
The cherry's good too. So,
Have you
have you tasted ass? I only asked because you just stated it.
It tastes like ass. It's just a phrase, Mark. It's just a phrase. I know that is a big wave of all the millennials are doing.
It's
it.
tasting ass.
Yeah. Welcome to the Damn Opinion, everybody. Well, I don't know if we want to go down that rabbit hole.
Can only go uphill from here.
So I am Bill, and to my right is Mark, and to the left is James on the radio.
I didn't know we were on the podcast.
Yeah, we didn't even play our music. What
Oh,
are
we
doing?
did, but you didn't have your headphones on.
Did we play the music?
Yeah, totally. We are rolling, buddy. We are rolling. I wanted to make it really good for you. So, do you want to hear it again? Here you go. Here it goes.
Welcome to the Damn Opinion Podcast. Spoiler alert. Listener discretion advised.
Here we go now.
Spoiler alert. Dr.
alert.
Pepper Peeps.
Yeah.
God, I've got a sugar rush like nobody's business after
my
eating
God.
that
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
I've had my caffeine. Oh, by the
Whoa.
way, I forgot to tell you guys I have COVID. So, enjoy that.
Thank you.
I promise I won't hug you or breathe on
Dude,
you.
you're like 4 years late.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter anymore, right? COVID is just kind of like
It's like having a cold.
Yeah. It's like having the chicken pox.
Do you really? You don't really.
I don't
It's not like having the
He's
chicken
paranoid.
pox.
He's paranoid.
What do you,
Yeah.
you can only get the chicken pox maybe twice in your life. Maybe.
I had the
Well-
chicken pox when I was young.
When you're older, it's really more like shingles, right? That's what
I
happens.
had the Rona. It was not like a cold.
If you get chicken pox when you're younger, you have a good chance of getting shingles when you're older.
Exactly. Did you get chicken pox?
When I was young, yeah. Like
Wait,
so-
when you get chicken pox, you could get shingles.
I think so.
Yeah.
It also makes you impotent when you get chicken pox older.
Really?
But when I got it younger, that means I'm not.
No, you're
I'm
still.
just the opposite.
Well, you don't need Viagra. That's
But I
all.
don't think people get chicken pox anymore. Like we were that.
What are you talking about?
Do kids get chicken pox? They
Kids
have
are
a
getting
vaccine.
measles right now because nobody's vaccinating their kids.
But that's what I mean. There's a vaccine, so nobody. But when we were
No,
kids,
nobody really gets it. Just like you don't get polio, but you can get it if you don't do the vaccine. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And there's lots of crazy people saying no vaccines because it could hurt your body. But they're taking their kids to McDonald's.
But why did we get it? Why did we get the?
Because we got vaccinated.
So when
Oh,
you get
what? You're saying,
vaccinated,
why did we get it?
get chicken pox?
It was because there was a single shot and then it merged into, remember the 3 shot? And then there was the thing that left the scar on your arm.
Yeah, that was something else.
I got the shots right before the scar on the arm, so I don't have that. But when you,
I got the scar on the arm.
You get the chicken pox, which I was young, man, like 3.
Yeah.
And so my mom's like, well, let's just give him the chicken pox. And so she basically gave me the chicken pox because some other kid
Put
had
it in your spaghetti and
Pretty much.
Okay, gotcha. Think about it. None of our kids had chicken pox.
No.
Okay,
Nope.
so it's like something happened. Something
Yeah,
changed.
they got shots.
Yeah, but how come we didn't? They
Because
didn't have them?
well, you had them individually. So you had to go get the individual ones for measles and mumps and chicken pox, polio. And then, like, don't you remember going to school? I remember one time I went to school and I did have to get immunized for polio, but it was only the polio shot.
Right, exactly.
But then they combined them all, and that's where the SCAR shot came from.
I do have the SCAR shot.
So then you got immunized later.
I don't know. It's just a different time. So we were lucky. We're just that generation that got to get chicken pox.
Yeah, I guess so. That's
It's weird.
lucky.
I never even really thought about that. It's kind of weird.
What about measles and mumps and rubella and polio? That was
What do you think is the worst out of those?
polio.
Yeah, but you didn't mention polio. What's rubella?
Measles and mumps, rubella, I'm not sure. No one talks about rubella.
Everyone, just totally listen to us. We totally know what we're talking about. We're not doctors, but we play one on TV.
Why did we go down this road?
Nobody, I don't know.
How did we even start? We started with
Oh, this
Dr.
might be
Pepper
what he's
Peeps.
talking about. In 1971, the measles vaccine
There you go.
is combined with recently developed vaccines against mumps, 1967, and rubella, 1969.
There you go.
Into a single vaccination, the MMR,
Yep, which left that weird scar.
which I had the scar. So I was vaccinated against measles, mumps,
Rubella.
and rubella.
Yep.
But not the pox.
The polio one was individual because I remember getting that one separate in school.
So I had the shot, and my sister had the shot, the 3 shot that gives you the scar, and I didn't get a scar, but my sister did. That's weird.
Weird. Maybe they didn't give you the shot.
Maybe not. Maybe no. They gave me the shot. It was. I just
You'd have the
remember.
scar.
But I would just remember going, "Hey, I didn't get the scar out of it, and you did." You know, that kind of thing. Do you have the scar?
No, because I got my shots different,
Oh, okay.
all individually.
Gotcha. We had them at the same time. We just sometimes people scar different. You know.
I just know I have the scar. I don't remember when I got it. I was a kid.
But do you have a scar right now? It's gone away, right?
Well, I think I still have a little.
There's a
Really?
mark. You can still see it.
Okay. Well, that's weird. That is weird.
I still have a scar right now from the tick that I had a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. Tell us about this. This is so.
Didn't I already tell the tick story?
Did you tell it on
Is the head still in?
No, I don't think so.
So you got a tick. Okay.
That's not the first time.
There's a
he's
million
heard that
people back
phrase.
east who get ticks all the time.
I've gotten ticks a bunch of times. I never had one that deep that I didn't know for like 24 hours.
That you didn't know. Yeah, that's so.
Where
I
was
slept and woke up and I was like, what the hell's that? Ah! There's legs sticking out of my body.
where was the tick?
Like in my, what do you call that? Your deltoid or whatever. It's like on the backside of my underarm.
Wow, on
Like
the backside
right-
of your underarm.
Like right there.
Yeah, they always crawl. They look for the dark, sweaty cracks.
And so the next morning I was sitting on the couch drinking coffee and I like turned a certain way and I was like, oh, I thought I had like a ingrown hair, a zit or something. It kind of felt like that on my back. And I was like, what the heck? And I went and I looked and there's this big dark thing on my thing. And I was like, that's a tick. I knew immediately. So I called in my daughter's boyfriend and I was like, come here.
Because,
He's like,
you could have
I
called.
see legs.
You called anybody and you called in the daughter's boyfriend?
Yeah, because I knew Karen and the girls would freak out.
And he's seen him naked before.
He's
so-
a nurse.
Yeah.
He's a nurse.
Exactly. He's totally used to the nudity.
Yeah.
Can you come
Yeah.
sponge bath me, please?
Yeah. I did I mention when I was sitting out drinking coffee, I was naked.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like that's why he hikes.
TMI.
So isn't it crazy? Because really, you put yourself in danger every time you go out to hike. You can get Lyme disease.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
you can
Giardia.
you can get like those poor kids that just got attacked by the mountain lion in Georgetown.
Yes. Not recent. Oh, tell them about this.
That was just a couple. I'm sure people have seen it on the news, but the two kids were, what were they looking for? Deer shedding or something? The two teenagers and a mountain lion came out. And I don't want to sound mean. I bet there's a little more to the story. They're teenagers.
Right.
And they said they tried to do the right thing and put their hands up, but it attacked him and it grabbed the one kid by the face.
Oh, no.
And then his brother jumped on him and then it grabbed him by the throat.
Oh, no.
And the other kid got up and tried to use his phone and then ran. And then when they came back, the kid and the cat were gone.
No way.
That means the cat,
And then
that means
they-
the cat won.
they looked around and they found the kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he dragged him off and chewed on him a little bit. And I still don't think, the last I heard, this was a couple days ago, I don't think they found the cat yet.
Well, there's 2 ways the cat kills you. Only 2. Well, there's probably more, but only 2. They do. They grab you by the throat.
Yep.
And they basically crush your
Windpipe.
larynx. Yeah, your windpipe. Or they get you through the jugular, which kills you also.
Yep.
And there's only one way to kill a cat.
But the other way.
Curiosity.
Oh, jeez.
Just thought I'd tell you.
But the other way is to be disemboweled with its hind legs. That is not a good way to go.
That would be bad. It'd be bad all around. The poor kids. I mean, they're just kids. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they weren't like 9.
They're still kids.
Yeah, that's true. They were teenagers.
Well, that sucks being the survivor. You're going to have survivors.
Especially when you ran off. Like your brother helps you so you don't get killed, but you run off.
I think he was trying to fight it. Again, I'm giving the very basic, I don't know the whole story. Just the little blurb I heard on the news.
Well, wouldn't you run off too if your face was falling off? I'd run off.
Trying to get help? I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on how far they were, too. Maybe
Well, it also depends on, if you think about it, if you saw the cat bite your brother's jugular
Yeah.
and he ain't moving, I got to go get help.
Yeah.
It's one thing if he's still alive and trying to fight, but it's like, oh my God, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I got to get a doctor is probably what he's saying.
So what's your point about going outside? It's just dangerous to go outside?
He puts himself in danger, this poor guy. All the time. He goes out hiking. He gets ticks. He could run into a wasp's nest. I mean, there's all things.
I could get a splinter.
That's right. Hey.
So what are you talking about? You just lock yourself in your house and never leave?
If you are at home watching Star Wars, you are pretty much safe from the world.
That's
okay,
not
so
true.
let me. He's right. You're eating Dr. Pepper Peeps,
You brought him.
but you're going to die from that, or you're going to die from wasp stings.
That's true. You can die from anything, but I think that you're in more danger. Like if you got Lyme disease, you'd be very upset.
I probably would, but
You'd be tired.
getting Lyme disease on the West Coast is, on the East Coast, it's a high risk. On the West,
You'd be tired. That's the symptom of Lyme disease. You're just tired.
God, I'm always tired.
You already have Lyme disease.
Yeah. And he doesn't know it.
No,
Why do they call it Lyme disease?
because it's spelled differently.
I do know that.
Okay.
But it's probably named after a doctor named Lyme.
I have no idea.
Yeah. It's like sometimes you got to wonder where these names come from.
Well, Dr. Pepper makes sense.
That's true. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Lyme, don't want to mess with them. Dr. Pepper,
Yeah, you want him to visit you.
it's really hard. I want to eat the last one.
You could die at any time. Look at that bridge just collapsed in Baltimore.
That is so crazy. I woke up to that. And
Think about it. That thing is almost as long and almost as high as the Golden Gate.
is that right?
Yeah. It's 1.6 miles long and it's 195 or 85 feet in the air.
It's so weird that a ship can just knock it off its axis like that.
The thing I saw, there's been 35 bridge collapses in the world between 1940 and now, and 18 of them have been in the U.S. Just imagine being on that ship, because if you see the video, you can see the ship like black out. So you're on the thing and they're calling and like, we can't steer it. And that thing is full of freight cars. The weight of that ship is insane.
So you're telling me this freighter ship full of boxcars lost power and just kept going straight?
So as soon as they left harbor, they were having electrical problems and they were radioing in Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
And no one's listening.
And they couldn't. Well, what are they going to do? The thing's adrift.
You get tugboats. That's why they have tugboats.
So they're trying to get out there, but too late, and it hit the pillar.
Yeah, the Coast Guard was
luckily-
already going out there.
And luckily, because they were calling Mayday, they were able to shut the road down.
Oh, really?
Because they were saying that right now there's only the 6 people that are missing, and it was a road crew fixing potholes
Okay.
on the thing. And I think they got 2 of them. And the last I heard before I came here, and they were missing a few people. But they were able to shut the road down because they say like 30,000 people use that bridge a day. Think about the Golden Gate.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know exactly what time. It was dark when I saw the video, so it was early in the morning. But still people commuting and
Oh, yeah.
going everywhere.
That's everyone's fear, is to fall off a bridge while you're driving.
1.6 mile long bridge. When you watch on the video, it's like, oh, it's a little bridge. It's 1.6 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Did the whole thing fall?
The whole thing.
That's
Well, there's
crazy.
one little part that's still there, but it makes no difference. You can't drive
I
on
wonder
it.
if they're going to make it an observation platform as a memorial.
Oh, probably.
Imagine if you lived there. Think about when you have to cross like the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge in our area.
Yeah.
Where are you going to go now? You got to go all the way around to go to work.
Yeah.
Think of the homeless people who have no place to sleep under now.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I don't think they're sleeping under that bridge.
I don't think so.
It's, mostly water,
I don't think so. That's a big, heavy ship. I don't even know how that thing floats.
That would be Bill's ultimate nightmare. First of all, he thinks water's a death trap. And then leaving your house in a car, crossing a bridge, and you fall
But I'd be safe. I'd be in the car.
you'd fall into the water in the car.
A 200-foot fall in a car,
in a
you'd
car,
be dead.
yeah, that's
200-foot fall off the bridge, you're probably dead.
Probably. Yeah.
that's terrifying.
Yeah. But do you say, because you just said that's one of your biggest fears.
That would be. I'm
Do you ever think about that when you're on a bridge?
It crosses my mind, but I'm not fearful of it.
I always think of the time, because when we go to the Bay Area, all of us do. But I just think about the time when the San Francisco earthquake came and the bridge just kind of collapsed.
The top of it,
right?
Pancaked.
Yeah. And so, it's one thing to be on top. And then, there's that one very, very famous shot of the car just not being able to stop and going down. But, how'd you like to be on the bottom row of that bridge?
Yeah,
right?
but at least the bottom didn't collapse because that would have been a pure drop all the way down.
Oh, yeah. And then the whole bridge would have gone down. So
That would have been bad.
It's,
That would have been bad.
well, and even the overpasses in LA, that was happening in different earthquakes, right? So you just never know. You never know. But it's still more dangerous to go hiking.
It's probably true.
Yeah. I mean, I've never
Bill's
gotten a
allergic
tick.
to hiking.
Yeah, I actually like hiking as long as it's to the Walmart. I'll park in the back, give myself a nice hike, and there you go. It's no problem. And I don't get Lyme disease because I don't get ticks. I don't get nothing.
Dude, I've seen the people at Walmart. You could be catching something.
That's true.
Right? You don't get nothing. You don't get any exercise. You don't get any fresh air.
This is all true. This is all true. Well, Mark, what are you into, my friend?
You know what I'm into is trying to find streaming shows for my father-in-law.
Oh, because how old is your father-in-law?
He's in his 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he loves westerns just like James.
Love westerns.
And there's 4 channels of westerns, but because of his age, he's seen probably 90% of the westerns. So there's a lot of repeats on.
okay.
Right? And he's watched them probably 2 or 3 times. But he loves NCIS, he loves Blue Bloods. He loves all these like cop and western shows and things, but I'm thinking to myself, he has the full package of all the paid channels too. But
He has them all.
he has them all. And I got to be honest with you, I also have all the entertainment you possibly can get. So
Meaning there's a strip
Pornhub?
club.
Yeah, Pornhub. What?
all the entertainment you can buy, I have availability to it. So
Okay.
So I mean, he's got all these things, and I'm thinking to myself, what shows has he not seen that I'm going to show him? So he's watching everything. I'm like, next on your list is this. Next
You
on
just
your
tell
list
him.
is that. Yes. And I have to be picky because like he won't watch Dexter or Breaking Bad, even though they're very good.
Yeah.
He won't watch that, but he'll watch things like Hell on Wheels, Deadwood, Godless. These shows that are kind of Western themed. At the same time, he likes Bosch and Bosch Legacy, and all these other shows too. That are
Have
kind
you
of
given
in
him
the same-
Longmire?
No, not yet, because I don't know if he'd be interested in I
He'll like
liked it.
Longmire.
I
He'll
liked
like
it, but I don't know if he'd be interested in Longmire.
It's Western. It's Western themed.
Yeah, it's Western themed. Anyway, there's a whole list, so I'm finding all these things that I've watched in the past, and so that's what I'm kind of into. So there's a lot of good shows that people forget by streaming. Whether they're a movie or an actual series. There's quite a lot out there,
There's too much out there. It's hard to pick what you want to watch.
especially when you own every streaming.
You need to go back and
service.
let him watch like Rockford Files.
Oh,
That's
but
just,
Beretta.
that's just on Me TV. You could just find that on Me TV.
Yeah, but Beretta, all those good ones. You can watch tons from the old days, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, I love this."
What's funny is I saw a fake advertisement for the Golden Girls remake.
is it a fake
I think
advertisement?
it was supposed. I don't know, but it looks really. If it's real, it's going to be hilarious. If it's fake, it sucks because it should be real. But they have, all the famous people: Amy Poehler and Lisa Kudrow. They've got other people from Saturday Night Live on there playing the Golden Girls.
That's
right?
funny.
And it's great because supposedly it was on Disney Plus and they were recording like 10 episodes.
That's so great.
And I just thought, man, if they did that, people would watch that because the Golden Girls was classic.
I don't know. Because it's classic. You're like, I'm not going to watch anything.
Really, with all those famous people on there, I think
No.
it would do really well.
Oh, I think that's one of those things you just can't mess with it.
I don't know,
Like
man.
Roadhouse. They're redoing Roadhouse.
I actually saw. You know what? I could watch that, but I didn't. I didn't want to.
Roadhouse.
I like the original.
The original is so terrible. That's what makes it so great.
Wow.
It's so cheeseball.
How can you put down Patrick Swayze?
Easily.
Oh.
I never wanted to watch the original Roadhouse.
Oh, it's one of those guilty pleasures. Like on a Sunday, you're hungover or whatever, and it's on TV, and you're like, okay, because it's so cheesy. That's what makes it so great, and it's got Kelly Lynch. How can you not watch it for Kelly Lynch?
I guess so. I don't know.
So that's kind of what I'm into, and it's a continuous, never-ending effort, right there.
That's actually kind of fun though, because you're helping him discover like cool stuff, and you've seen a lot of shows and stuff. That sounds like fun.
So that's pretty much what I'm into. Is just like I said, 70 years old. It's interesting because you learn a lot about, parents when they move in with you, whether it's yours or your spouse's. You learn a lot more about them by kind of what they do. You look at their habits, you look at their interactions. It's not just having conversations. And this is teaching me more about what he likes and dislikes.
That's going to be you when you get older. Your kids are going to be like, Dad, and you're going to be like, put on The Bachelor.
Hey,
I need to see the Real Housewives.
Put on Breaking Bad again. I need to see the speed meth guys.
but you want to know something? At least he's not just watching like 24-hour news channel over and over and over again. Which
That's true.
A lot of people do that.
But he does have a repetition of watching Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Don't we all?
Every weeknight from 7 to 8.
See,
That's okay.
I have definitely, taken a step into being an old geezer because I watch Dateline. Whenever it's on, I'm like, Dateline. And I can kind of get the whole thing where I just don't want to think. Because, like, to me, Dateline is something where I can just be like, tell me what happened.
But
I won't even think about it.
But okay, is that what you're into? No, the only reason I'm asking is because Dateline half the time doesn't give you the answer.
Oh, lately, yeah. It's sort of like
they hold you to the very end, and you're like, how are they going to finish this in 30 seconds? And they don't.
Yeah, because it's like 1/3 of them, they've got the whole story. The other third is like, they're going on trial, and we'll tell you more.
Right.
And then the other third is, they went on trial, and he was, and you're like, okay,
He's acquitted, and he's out in the public.
Because there can only be so many crimes committed out there.
My old man show is the CBS Sunday morning show.
Which
Really?
is
You watch
with
CBS
James-
Sunday morning?
With Jane Pauley. It's on early in the morning.
Are you talking about where they sit around and talk?
No, where they get on in there. It's been on for years, and they have like all kind of different stories. Not like 60 Minutes, but they have. It's every Sunday morning, and it used to be. Who was the guy? He wore the bow tie.
Who knows?
He did it for years, and now Jane Pauley does it, and it's early in the morning. Usually, because I'm an old man, I get up early. And it's on Sunday morning, so I watch it Sunday mornings and have my coffee, and I love it. And they do like art. They'll be in like a museum. They'll cover like apartheid. They're just all over the place. It's like a news show, but it's not like current news. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're little life affirming stories. And that show's been on for, God, it's going to drive me nuts.
Do you know that kids nowadays will never experience what we had to experience when we were younger?
13
what I mean
channels?
by that is, no, it's not even
3
changing
channels.
It's on Sunday mornings. It was probably the desert of entertainment on Sunday mornings because you had either religious stuff on, and you had
black and white westerns.
No, not even that yet. Early in the morning.
Oh, that early?
You had the one thing where there's like a main host, and you had 2 or 3 people sitting around a little semicircle table, and they'd just be talking about current events.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, who are these people? And as a kid, you're losing your mind because there's nothing to watch.
I looked it up. It was Charles Osgood.
Oh, Charles. Oh, yeah. He had a good voice, actually.
Oh, I remember him.
Had the little bow tie.
Yeah,
He's the one that did the show.
Charles Osgood.
The other one that my wife laughs at me is when I watch Antiques Roadshow.
Oh,
You watch Antiques Roadshow?
I love Antiques Roadshow.
Why don't you watch American Picker?
Antiques Roadshow is so much better.
What? No.
Because those are some wackadoodle people on there.
Well, yeah, but they're like, I bought this from my aunt when she was, in Zimbabwe.
That's the best part. And they're like, it's worth $7.
Right.
And the
other
look on
people
their
are like-
face.
yeah.
Other people are like, I asked this guy at a garage sale, I give him $10 for it. Oh, that's good because it's worth $12,000.
That's crazy.
Antiques Roadshow, I like that the auctioneer people, they go into a little more detail about the stuff that they're...
Can you
But they're
imagine
bringing
being
up.
one of those guys? What a boring life you lead when you get so excited watching a statue come into your show.
I know. See this coin?
I have
oh
never,
my God.
I've heard about this. I've never seen one in real life.
Yeah.
You're like, you're about to get married, sir, because you are just so excited.
It used to be much better. Now everybody's got their stuff and is trying to be rich. So when it first came out, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago when I first started watching it was so much better. Because he would go to it and they had really good finds. Now everyone thinks whatever little trinket they're bringing in is worth $1 million.
That's true.
And is it like a Midwest show, or do they go everywhere?
No,
They
go
travel
everywhere.
around.
Oh, okay.
And if you watch, people literally, like it's one of my favorite things that they showed, like the beginning or in the middle sometimes, they'll show the lines of people.
Oh, yeah.
And you see people standing up with like 8-foot paintings that they're holding on to or like a coffee table.
Oh, jeez.
Because they want to bring it in. So many people go to it, but they just pick out. So if you look in the background, you can see people
Oh, yeah.
doing
So
stuff,
do you,
but they
do you
pick
have a
few
favorite?
out.
Because the favorite one I have was the person who got disappointed. It was perfect. He had this piece of furniture, looked like a little old writing desk, like writing you'd write on. And it was from like a George Washington era, late 1700s. And they're like, this is amazing. And they're just talking up this piece of furniture. And did you know anything about this? No, I just know my great grandmother had it in her house, and they're all excited and everything. He's like, well, yeah, this is from the 1700s. You can see right here where they lifted up, see the marking and the, blah, 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 blah. And the guy's like, what do I have? And they're like, you have an amazing piece that probably no one else has. And he's like, oh, and they're like, but it's too bad you stained it. Because at auction, it would have probably brought you somewhere around 1.5 million. But because you stained it, it's around 40,000 right now.
Oh, my gosh. That is horrible.
That was probably the best one I ever saw because they were talking it up and talking about how amazing the piece of furniture was and the time period and everything else. And not many of these still exist. And then they're just like, it's too bad you stained it.
The one that I like, that a husband and wife come and they had this painting, and it would have been the husband's like grandmothers and then grandmas and that kind of stuff. It had passed down through the generations, and they were looking at it, and he's like, I just want to know because we've had it in the family for so long. And the guy's like, well, have you had it insured? And the they both like, no. And he's like, you might want to get this insured for like $750,000. And the husband looks at the wife and goes, and we should probably move it out of the bathroom.
Jeez.
Where all the shower and everything.
We probably should move it to the front room.
That's hilarious. That happens all the time. I mean, if people at garage sales or people put their stuff in attics because they're like, this is hideous, and they just move it up there, stays there for generations, and then boom.
What are you into, James?
Well, I just spent 5 days in a casino in Reno.
Oh, that's right. This is what you do every year, and it's totally cool.
My annual pilgrimage to a cave for 5 days of 14 hours of watching basketball. NCAA March Madness.
After watching 14 hours of basketball, I would be dribbling. Did you eat healthy this time? Because normally it's cheese curds and hot dogs, and you feel like crap when you come back.
It's usually because I'm drinking all day. Then I get out of the ballroom at like 9:30 after the last game.
Yeah.
I stumble up to my room. I've been in a ballroom for 14 hours drinking. Then I go to sleep and I get up and do it again.
Oh, geez.
Now, in this place, is cigarette smoking allowed?
No.
Okay, well, at least there's that.
There is no smoke. There's no vaping. There's no nothing.
Okay.
You go down the casino floor, yes, but there's no smoking in the ballroom. So that is nice.
Yeah, that is.
And it's
Because that's going to take it out of you.
98% dudes up there.
Oh, okay.
Anytime any woman walks in that room, every head turns.
So why did they choose Reno as opposed to Vegas?
Vegas is more expensive. One of the reasons we go to the Pepper Mill, that's where we like to go, is they have the ballroom and it's free.
Okay.
Excellent. What are
That
you
is
into,
nice.
Bill?
Well, I came late to the party on this, but there's this movie called American Fiction. I may have told you about it, but
You're late.
I'm totally late to the party on it. But I mean, because I think it won some awards or at least had an Oscar nomination or something like that. It has Jeffrey Wright in it. So basically what it is this very distinguished black man, Jeffrey Wright. He's an author and he can't get anything published.
Oh, I know which movie you're talking about.
And then he sees another author who's making all this money. This is in the trailer, so I'm only getting a little bit. And she's somewhat ghetto and a black exploitation and that kind of stuff. And she's selling off the hook, off the charts. And so as a joke to his publisher. He just writes a fake blaxploitation type of memoir and sends it to his agent or publisher or whatever. And everybody wants it. Now he has to like put on this act, and he's a very distinguished guy, you know, and he has to be like trying to be all hip and cool. And you have all of these white people just trying, yes, we want to see the Black Power movement and all this other stuff. And he is just not in his wheelhouse. And it's just so awkward for him, but he wants to make the money, right? And it just looks so good.
You haven't seen it yet.
I have not seen it, but I am totally so into it. It's like, I think it is, I think right now it's on the, where you have to buy it. I might just buy it. I don't know. But I'm very, very excited about this movie, and it looks so good. There's a whole bunch of other movies that have come out from the Oscar nominations, too, that I just didn't watch them in the theaters.
Most people never watch the Oscar movies.
Yeah, but this particular year, there's like 4 or 5 of them that it's like, man, I really want to see these, you know? There is the one, I don't know, it has the word zero in it. And it's about like a Nazi family that lives right next to a concentration camp. And, and it's just the weirdness of them like having a picnic in their backyard with the smokestacks going on in the back, you know. And everyone says, man, that is the movie of the year, you know, that type of stuff. So,
interesting.
So anyway, I think I'm going to go just look at the Oscar list and just start hitting all these movies because I feel like it's really good quality this year.
That's interesting. It seems like you're looking for hidden things that you haven't experienced and trying to find the treasure and the value in it in movies.
Oh,
and in Oscars.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like, you know, when you do what we were talking about from Antiques Roadshow, people are trying to find that hidden, unknown, possible treasure they have, right? Me, not me. I'm just trying to find the unknown stuff I can show my 70-something-year-old father-in-law.
You're like, give me Columbo. Give me Columbo.
We're all trying to find the unknown somewhere.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to be talking about right after this. The unknown.
Here we go now.
Got an idea for a topic? Who knows? We may reach out and use your suggestion on air. Let us know and visit damnopinion.com.
And welcome back to The Damn Opinion. I'm your host, Mark Montgomery.
No, you're not.
Okay, sorry.
You know what I want to explore in the unknown?
What do you want to explore?
The depths of your depravity.
Well, that goes pretty far, my friend.
Yeah, that's
really
an unknown that I don't think humanity can reach.
Is it depravity or depravity?
Exactly.
That's what I'm wondering, you know, because you say you're depraved or do you say you're depraved?
Depends on what part of the country you're from, I guess.
Probably, yeah. I know that New Hampshire doesn't say either one of them.
Is it Hampshire or Hampshire?
It's one of the two.
Or is it Hampshire?
Yeah. Adamshire. Yes. So we're going to be talking about the big unknown.
What is unknown? What is really unknown? Because if we could talk about it, is it really unknown?
Well, now we're going to get into a deep philosophical question here.
Well, is it known?
Well, yeah, we can talk about space, but we have no idea what's in space. We know some things, but we know we don't know about everything in space. Same thing with the ocean, right?
All I know is that humanity is trying to build AI to know everything. And the difficulty is we're only putting things into AI that we feel are important right now because it's not a true AI. AI would be something that a lot of companies like Google and Microsoft and others are working on called general AI. General AI looks at all the information and the computer decides whether it knows enough and if it needs to know more. It's literally the one thing they're trying to figure out how to get a computer to do, to learn more if it feels it needs to.
Self-learning.
Which is crazy at that point.
Skynet.
Because, it becomes Skynet. But the crazy part is whoever develops that owns everything from that point forward. It's $1 billion answer.
Because right now, what are they calling the regular AI then?
Just AI.
Okay,
It's called general AI when you can actually have the computer learn and choose to learn more.
because right now they're taking it, let's say you say, give me a painting of Monet style, but make it Mario.
But it's
Brothers.
only from the other Monet paintings that they've put in as examples.
Exactly.
So the problem is there's a lot of historic text that's from Sumeria and Babylonia, and Babylon and all these other places where basically they haven't inputted that into a computer. So all these texts and things that are unknown, including hieroglyphs and all these pictures, everything we possibly know as the human race has not been inputted into a computer yet. You think it has,
that's true.
but it hasn't been inputted. And so we're not allowing the computer to go out and just scan the entire internet either. They're putting boundaries around it. So until that happens and the whole internet and every piece of information humanity knows is inputted into a computer
Is accessible.
then that's truly going to become general AI, which allows that computer to know more than any human possible.
And don't you think that like the government or even the companies themselves are going to like restrict that knowledge so that they can have it for themselves?
Well, they have to, because they will begin to lose money. If there's a better way to drill for oil or a better way to fly a plane or a better way to do something, the computer will know it instantly and report that out to other corporations and say, hey, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And if they do that and to make it more efficient, they're going to be like, well, we're going to lose money.
No, they're not. They're going to be like, fire all the people and we use robots and everything. Amazing. We're going to make more money.
Well, eventually, yes, but they're going to lose money the old way and have to trash their old systems and build brand new ones.
They're already doing that.
Well, yeah, that's my point. So a lot of
So they
companies
can
will
make
fail
more.
and a lot of companies
money.
will succeed because of it. So
Yes.
that's what's unknown and what we don't know today, because we really don't know everything.
We never will know everything.
We'll never know anything, because that might be the best. Okay, let me see if I can say this correctly. Like, let's say drilling for oil, that might be the best thing to make money for drilling for oil, but they may not see the macro where it's not good for society because maybe they fire all the people or whatever.
But the
right?
computer will know that.
But they're not even thinking about the economic problem. They're just thinking about the drilling the oil problem.
Right. So let's say the computer understands it's going to kill, the salmon toad salamander, and it's like, okay, well, no, it's going to do that. I know it's going to hurt the climate eventually because that salamander actually keeps this algae from growing, which is going to spread to the ocean, which is going to do this and do this. So the computer is going to decide without actually expressing it, there isn't a better way than this. And it's going to hide those other 10 answers because it's not going to benefit humanity.
Unless you ask it.
Unless you say, what are the other answers you're not telling me because of the danger?
Right. And they would
then it
ignore
might
them
answer.
anyway. How much money can we make?
Right.
We don't care about the salamander.
Exactly.
So the computer could make up its own mind, which that's weird to say, you know what, based on your criteria, this is the answer I'm going to give
Right.
you.
It's an emotionalist response, though. But you have to still put it in, right? The best way to do it, make profit without hurting anything else.
Most people aren't going to put that secondary part, though.
No, they're not. And that's the whole point, right? It's just
Why
so
we're
weird.
doomed.
And then again, there's that macro. Like, one thing affects another. They may be the most profitable oil company in the world, but then it hurts the human race because maybe everybody gets laid off or whatever it is.
Right.
And then they have to find solutions for that.
So that's truly the answer to finding the unknown, but we're not even close to that.
No, we'll be
Not even
far
close.
dead. And it's like,
I
what
bet
is
we're closer than you think.
Maybe we'll see. But me personally, there are so many hidden things, and you guys are going to roll your eyes in caves. I was just looking, and I'm going to explain this. I was looking the other day and thinking about this because, the cave that had the giant crystals that are the size of school buses that stretch for hundreds of yards in a cave in Mexico that they sealed back off, which was so hot, by the way, you could only be in there for like a few minutes. But amazing. If you see pictures of this online, these giant crystals, but at the same time, there are entire civilizations that lived underground, and they've carved these massive structures that we've lost track of. And there's so much history that we've just never explored because we're like, it's underground. I don't want to go there.
There's so much history, period, that's underground because it's been covered. You
Yeah.
think about it, all archaeological things are digs.
Well,
Yeah.
China doesn't even allow their digs to happen in their old tombs.
There is so much history under. We haven't even scratched the surface, as they say.
So if a philanthropist were to give me money and say, you have free reign to explore the unknown, my unknown would be, I'm digging everything up. Now that's the past. I'm digging up the past in the hopes it's going to give me an answer for the future. But that's what I would choose.
Well, think about this. What could you possibly know that would change the future of something that happened in the past?
What if we came to this planet and we didn't start here like evolution says we did?
So what if you unearthed a tablet that said we came from another planet?
Then our focus may be what happened to our original planet. What is out there that got us here? We are not alone in this universe. We should be exploring much greater than our single planet.
Or some crackpot on meth back 10,000 years ago made up some story.
Possible.
That's the whole point.
Or even if you found it, most people would be like, okay, see you on Ancient Aliens.
Exactly. Crazy man.
Even listen to
Or you find the technology that opens up some kind of weird portal. I'm not trying to be strange, but I'm just saying it's possible that it's there.
See, if you opened up a portal, that's a whole different thing. That's a physical thing that, hey, you're going to Lizard World or whatever, right? That's great. But
I don't think I want to go to Lizard
a
World.
able that nobody can read is really not
Why would
gonna...
I want to go to Lizard World where you could lick your own eye? I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying nothing that you dig up. I don't think there's going to be any kind of artifact other than saying, oh, yeah, we ate peaches and
So you're telling me if literally they're digging in a cave in Antarctica and they run across a 400-foot UFO that has technology that we don't understand, made by a material that doesn't exist on Earth, you would not say,
of course,
oh, that's unique. Whether it's our history or someone else's, that would be something that would change the entire planet.
Yeah, of course. But how much is it really? It's sort of like we've talked about flying saucers before. If we know they're real and they're going around, how much does that change your life? You can't do anything about it. Even the government can't do anything about it.
True, but I think it would change the direction of humanity as a whole.
That for a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.
A little bit, but
till the Super Bowl and everyone's distracted.
Right, exactly. Super Bowl! And then we're all going to get annihilated. So, I don't know.
That's what I'd spend my philanthropic money on. I'd philanthropic.
Okay, I like that.
After I give a speech impediment fixed.
Exactly. You're going to get, that fixed. The speech impediment. Oh.
What if you found a tablet when you're digging that fixes the speech impediment?
That'd be great.
Exactly. Right. It just says bumblebee,
Save
bumblebee. This is all I have to do.
Seashells by the seashore.
That would be great.
All right. Well, speaking of that, so this is something it's so funny that this is kind of our topic because I literally was on TikTok today and
What?
or whatever.
Because they
Reels.
Speaking of exploring,
They might ban that.
TikTok.
Yes. I mean, this is where you go. Yeah, man, it's amazing. You guys should check it out. No, it's hopefully I'm saying it right, but it's the Göbekli Temple. Have you heard this?
Yes.
Okay.
Which used to be where?
Hey, you're going to go totally down the Sumerian route.
I know.
Which used to be where, Bill?
Turkey.
Underground.
That's right. No, I'm piggybacking on you. I'm piggybacking.
What about the Göbekli Temple?
Well, so interestingly enough, we all thought that Sumerians started the language. This temple or tepi, it's what it is. It's Göbekli Tepe. And it's estimated to be over 11,000 years old,
yes,
which is about 6,000 years more older than what the Sumerians were.
Correct.
Right? So they have discovered language there and that they lived in the paradise and they have all these giant structures and everything like that. So that, and they found this place in the 60s, but they thought it was like a gravesite or something. And it was only until the late 90s that they started really uncovering this, and now they're discovering that it's carbon dated back. It's older than Stonehenge, older than the Sumerians, older than everything. And to your point, Mark, it's like, hey, human civilization may be 50,000 years old. We don't know.
And they also thought it was an isolated place. And 25 miles away, they found an exact replica, basically, of the Tibet, whatever you say, half an hour away. There's another one
that's right?
Built because when they were doing the unearthing, some kids brought them a picture. There was like T-stones all through that complex. So the kids brought them a picture of a T-stone kind of sticking out of it. It was just the top of it. So they went and found it in the hills and started excavating there and found another city just as big.
Yeah.
So it's not a one-off.
Right. And this was like, it's a desert now, but it was the cradle of civilization at that point, right? You had the rivers and
It's lush.
yeah, it was a whole different. So the point is that what we, and you know, even now, like they've said, a lot of scientists have said, well, all of humanity came from Africa. And it's like, but how do we really know? Right?
We don't. It's based on a lot of theory.
Exactly. There's a lot of theory, and who knows how people got where they were. But obviously you have to dig. My point, though, is that whether or not you dig and you find out all these answers, and you know, I don't know how much that's going to change your day-to-day life. You're just going to know what happened in the past. That's pretty much it.
So kids, don't go to school. Just live your daily life. Don't learn about the past. What good is it to you?
Bill, the history major.
Look, Mark is a history buff. He loves history, right? James, you like history. I love history.
You do not.
You do not. Anything that's black and white is foreign to you.
Yeah, the history is past. It's dead. How is that helping me going forward? That's your whole philosophy.
No, I'm just saying we know enough. Like, you know that saying.
know enough.
You know that saying, like, if you study the past, then you won't repeat the bad stuff or whatever.
Oh,
right?
is that the same?
That's the little quote.
No. If
Those
you
who
don't,
forget history are doomed
the
to
actual
repeat
quote
it.
is, if you don't know history, you're doomed to
Right.
repeat it.
But the
Oh
point
my
is
gosh.
that we know enough about history now that we're not going to go and do bad stuff anymore.
Do we?
We're so good. We know that it's bad to hurt people. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we know wars are bad, so we won't do it anymore.
Exactly. I mean, I guess that's my whole point. Things are just going to be what they are because so many people are in the now. They're greedy. They're horrible.
You should run for president.
I really should.
See, I'm just the opposite. I don't want to do digging up and all that. If we're going to explore anything, maybe the oceans because we don't know lots about it and we could find the alien bases that are hidden down in there.
Yep, for
but
sure.
really, we need to start exploring light travel because we're starting to find all these exoplanets out in the system. We've already found over 7,000 extra planets in just our solar system that we need to be able to travel to. Like we just found one that's covered in ocean water, but it's literally 20 light years away. So it will take us forever to get there. So we need to explore light travel.
They're trying.
And that would be nice.
It has something to do with gravity and surrounding whatever you're trying to get to travel by some kind of, I don't know if it's electromagnetic, but something else and gravity. Both those combined will actually allow it to step out of time. I don't know how to explain this, but it steps out of a time reference, very similar to what Einstein was kind of researching when he was still alive, and allows that, whatever you're surrounding that with, to travel much faster.
Because like the Matrix said, we are a virus and we're just growing exponentially. And at some point, we're not going to kill the planet, but we're going to make it uninhabitable for a while. There's too many of us. We need other planets to spread to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be fun? You're going on vacation. Instead of going to
Where are you going?
Washington,
Alpha
D.C.
Centauri.
Yeah, or Disney World. I'm going to SETI Alpha 5.
That kind of sounds German.
You
how
always
say that.
It's
out
from
there.
Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. You always have to say it that way. SETI Alpha 5.
I did not realize that. All right.
It's funny how the Klingons and the Germans sound alike. You know?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know.
It's Khan.
But see, that is, all of that stuff is...
That would make space travel amazing. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
It would.
Right now, it's way too long. If we could, once we get light speed travel down, it would be awesome.
I bet you if you talk to Gavin Newsom, he might fund it. Do the bullet train to space.
Oh my
why not?
God. It'd take us another 10 billion years with the state, the way their funding is. Good Lord.
Yeah,
Maybe in your Sumerian tablet, we could dig it up and it's be like, this is how you do light speed
That's
travel.
probably it. What about you, Bill?
see, that's the thing is that, studying the past is good, but really studying, it's really not exploring space. It's exploring how to travel, right? I mean, that's what you're basically saying. And whether it's on Earth or in space, that is a
It's what we've always done.
Yeah.
We were landlocked, then we developed ships, then we developed trains, then we developed planes. Now we need light speed travel. That's the next step.
Don't you need to live longer too to enjoy the trips? What about biological research?
Oh yeah, that'll all come.
So
That's
you can
already coming.
So you can increase, because we have no idea why humans age.
Well, just cryo freeze us on the trip.
But there's no idea.
And
why-
AI will fly the ship for us.
Your body regenerates every 7 years with every cell in your body. So why do we age? There's no clock timer that says, by the way, you're going to die in 40 years.
What's so weird is the very thing that keeps us alive is what kills us, which is oxygen, right? Have you heard of antioxidants? That's before, it's like, those are things that go against what oxygen is doing to our bodies, which is just, it's breaking us down. So the blueberries and all those are those antioxidants or whatever. So that's helping us keep our.
Well, you saw what happened on Willy Wonka.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, he'd plump up like that and get squeezed. Yeah.
Violet was the one that
Violets turn violet.
That's right. That's right. So what I would want is, and this is going to sound strange, and it's really not exactly what you're asking, but I have always wanted to invent something like some sort of talisman or something that actually finds everything that's been lost. That's what I'd like. So, you go to a park, there's somebody's wedding ring, a watch,
That would make a great TV series. Or
Jimmy
movie.
Hoffa.
Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa, there he is in the cornfield,
That would make a great movie.
just finding everything that was lost.
Yeah, but you have to recharge it, because it can't just be forever, no matter how many
And you
times
have to
ask.
recharge it with a dead body.
Yeah, with something. Yeah, because
And it can't just be any dead body. It has to be a king's dead body.
something, because literally you can't just keep asking questions. You'd find everything within a year. You just keep asking questions.
Where is the lost Ark of the Covenant? That'd be
Right,
the
you
first
find
one.
everything.
Can you imagine though?
Yeah, but
That would be great.
It's got to
No,
be. it's
because
gotta
once you
be
found the
worth
lost
it.
Ark of the Covenant, that would destroy everything, and your talisman is toast.
Darn it. Okay.
You'd melt. Your face would melt.
Yeah. Is that true though? Is that what they say in the Bible, that the lost Ark of the Covenant will do that to you?
It will open it up, and it will wipe out armies in front.
That's
so it's
true.
kind of like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
That is the lost covenant. It's the briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
There we go.
Fire and brimstone. Whoever wields the Ark wields the power.
Yeah.
If I found the Ark of the Covenant and someone said open it, I'd be like, no.
Somebody would.
Somebody would.
I would
It wouldn't
open
be
it
me.
towards you.
But I wouldn't even open it, because what if it just blows back?
I would
wouldn't do
sell it.
On Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
You come walking up with the Ark.
We need to open this to validate its authenticity. No, don't do that.
Could you imagine we come carrying the Ark? What's that? It's the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, that would
What?
be awesome.
They're dating the outside. Shit, it might be.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there? There's the Holy Grail. There is,
That's the big one.
the Holy Grail. What else is there? The Shroud of
Well, no,
No, they already have
that.
the Shroud of Turin.
The spear.
the
There's a
spear. There you go.
Jesus' actual body.
Yeah.
Well, that would throw some turmoil.
Yeah.
Oh, this is him. Yeah. Oh. Anyway,
What other things do you have in your historic mind, Mark?
that's really what I'd be searching for, man. I mean, honestly, it's our climate has changed so much on this planet that our poles shifted. We've had magnetic shifts on the planet. So many things have shifted on this planet that we've lost track of everything. And there's so many places to explore, and people are like, we know everything on. No, we don't know.
We don't. I was reading an article a few weeks ago, and they were talking about the pyramids in South America, the Mayan pyramids, which, if you think about it, how did you get pyramids in the Mayan and in Egypt, right? At that time.
in China.
And in China. The ones in South America that they're unearthing, they thought they were tombs, like the Egyptian ones.
They always
but they're
thought.
finding out they're not.
No.
They actually have little small tunnels with like almost wiring copper at the top, and they think they used them like generators.
Can you imagine
Yes.
if there was electricity all around the planet?
Right. But just
China
a different
had it.
type.
Yeah, China had it. Egypt had it. South America
Well-
had it. There's even little pyramids everywhere all over Africa.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. Tesla, remember Tesla was there, there's the Tesla coil.
I mean,
and
Nikolai Tesla.
Yes, exactly. Nikolai Tesla. He had supposedly discovered a way to just take energy from the air. And he was like, I don't think we're ready for this, because we won't share it or somebody will use it for power. And so he never gave that secret away. And, they may have discovered it eons ago.
Yeah.
And those pyramids are what's, gave power to everything. But it's just like today. Everything that we have now, a lot of it's virtual.
Yeah.
Right? So people won't, pretty soon everything will be virtual and nobody will realize we had all these TV shows and music and all this.
They'll find these little discs, no way to play them.
Exactly. Little cassette tapes and discs. And
guys, it's just fascinating to me that we believe we're at the top of our civilization. And it's fascinating because there have been civilizations before us that probably felt the same way. And
the Romans.
And tens of thousands of people lived in communities. It's not like they were all nomads.
Yeah.
And so they were figuring it out back then, and we've lost track. We've literally lost track because of, I don't know what, worldwide catastrophes that caused, death across the planet. Maybe. I don't know.
And the other thing is that we're forgetting one of the big unknowns that I think everybody wants to know is that consciousness. The way our society is, we think that's weirdo stuff, just understanding our spiritual consciousness. What do we understand? What are we? What is consciousness? It's like, that is the greatest unknown of all time. And once you know that, you might have a lot more answers.
Are you talking about within ourselves or in planes of existence?
Both. It's like,
and death and all of it.
Right. Maybe we're not traveling by light speed. Maybe we're just traveling by consciousness and hitting another avatar on another planet. You never know. It's like,
that would be nice, but I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, you never know.
I think
this is what I'm talking about.
I think we're just ants.
We're
just ants, and we're dying. And the next ant comes along, we're just ants.
See, but that's what I'm talking about. The way our society, Western culture, thinks right now, it's not very spiritual. It's just sort of like, yeah, let me play my video games and eat my burger.
That's because we're not outside.
Right. Exactly. We need to hike more.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
Nature has always brought about a religious belief.
Yeah.
Yep.
In one way or another. That's interesting, James.
Yeah.
And you're giving him a hard time for hiking.
Yeah. Well,
we didn't have television. We didn't have buildings. We were outside.
I'll tell you what.
That's how you became spiritual. You eat some peyote and you're like, look at those stars.
Well, you find religion when a tick bites your trapezoid. That's for sure.
It's a deltoid. And no, I still haven't found it. I gave it away a while ago.
The religion or the tick?
Both.
Wow. It's I mean, there's no answer to all this. We really do need to bring about general AI and then not at the same time.
Oh gosh. I think we'll be dead by the time it destroys the earth. So good luck, kids.
Well, that's profound.
Yeah.
We'll be dead by the time the earth is destroyed.
I'm sorry. I would like to see just a little bit of it so I could see Skynet in action. Just a little.
Why
I would
not?
like to see a Terminator just once.
Wouldn't it be great if you were just like kind of like in a nursing home and, you're turning on the news and you say Skynet and you're like, okay, I don't have to deal with this. I'm about to go.
I'm ready
any
to
day.
go.
I'm ready to go. And if they come and take me, well, hell, I've lived my life.
Yep. Let the Terminators come.
Especially if it's just exploding, like the UFOs are flying over and just exploding everything.
Oh, yeah.
Then you just sit there and be like, okay, well, I'm going quick.
All right. Exactly. I'll just be like, yeah, take me. Make me ground zero.
It'll just be another war. Welcome to human beings.
Isn't that amazingly depressive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want to go.
It's another war or another plague. Something's going to take us out.
That's right. Something's going to, well, they kind of have to. Like you said, we're a virus. We're, just annihilating this planet. And the planet's going to have a way of saying, okay, it's done. You guys are...
Major quake, tidal wave, meteor. We're going to get hit at some point.
Yeah.
We've been around a long time, and there's lots of big pockmarks in our planet.
Yeah.
At some point, another one's going to hit us.
I hope that giant meteor that's made up of precious metals, gold, and diamonds hits us. That'd be great. Because we love all our precious gems, and there's a meteor out there that they found that's made up of all these precious metals.
Right.
And that's the thing that destroys us.
I think that would really be the best way, because like if it was a virus or something, what fun is that? But if a big meteor is coming, I can watch it for like a month coming towards the planet.
You know what'd be great?
Like a big comet
What would be great
heading
too
towards the planet.
is if it just glanced off of the moon and ricocheted toward us. Like the moon gets destroyed.
Oh, like
And
the
so you
Death
get,
Star.
So you get to see it for like an hour. Oh, it just took out the moon. Oh,
Right.
and here it comes.
And no, because once it took out the moon, our whole gravitational shift would go, whoa! Woo! Once it
It
hit
would
the
be like a
moon-
roller coaster ride with a bad end.
Once it hit the moon, you wouldn't even have an hour.
Yeah.
Because the tidal wave would be coming. Whoa! It'd be ugly. But it would be. That'd be the way to go.
Wow.
That is crazy.
I don't want to explore that unknown.
Yeah, me neither.
I think I'm just going to go to garage
Go
sales.
big or go home. That's what I would say. Come on.
No, I love the moon idea. Just destroy everything, right? That'd be great. Now, speaking of the great unknown, Mark, you have kind of a little announcement to give about the great unknown.
I don't have a belly button.
Exactly. He was the first child.
He's Sumerian.
Him and Adam and Eve.
He's been alive this whole time.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, you know what? Since April 1st, 3 years ago, we've been doing our Damn Opinion podcast.
Woohoo!
And it's taken roller coasters up and down, left and right. We've done some reviews of entertainment. We've also just given our opinions on stuff that really does matter and some stuff that really doesn't. But we've tried to be entertaining the entire time. And what's fascinating is about 2 years ago, we found out about a particular story that's really, really serious and intense. And
It's
something,
not that serious.
Oh, it's pretty serious.
But we're going to make it funny.
We're going to make it enjoyable for the listener. But what we need to do is we can't focus on doing Damn Opinion and do this other project effort. So what we need to do is kind of take a sabbatical from Damn Opinion.
Thank God.
Oh, my God.
James has been begging since day one. He's like, do I really have to do this?
Can't we just play a best of?
So we have pretty much, I think it's 157 podcasts by the time you listen to this one in the queue.
It's pretty impressive.
Just go back and start over and just listen to us again. And hopefully, I think we'll be back by the time you listen to them all one at a time.
Or go backwards and listen how terrible we've gotten.
Yeah, exactly. This podcast is only getting worse.
Kind of explore the unknown because
Yeah.
I'm sure you've forgotten you've chosen to forget everything you've listened to so far.
And then join us for our new adventure.
And we will definitely be on the podcast letting you know what the new adventure is.
Yeah, you'll hear announcements. We'll release information through Damn Opinion. There'll be a little blurb and everything of what to do. But look out for us on another particular venue because it's coming and you're not going to want to miss this one.
Exactly. So thanks for listening. We won't be gone forever, but we will be gone for a little bit.
Yep. And we dedicate every episode to all our fans. Thank you so much for sticking with us, and we'll be back.
Tune in for our next podcast when you'll hear the big, the bold, and the bald give their opinions on everything entertainment. damnopinion.com